What's up, everybody? Welcome to my 2021 YouTube Hall of Fame ballot. I started a nominee list a couple of months ago in anticipation of this, which was easy to come up with 30 or so names that at least deserved a mention. Then came the tough part of narrowing it down to only 10. A few got knocked off because they started after January 1st, so that made it a little easier. I try to come up with some criteria that channels had to meet, such as, was their editing good? But then, do they even need to do edits? What about learning something? Or do they have unique collections? And I realized I was just making it way too difficult, so I decided to vote for the channels that stuck out to me the most and the videos that I just have to watch whenever they have a video come out, regardless of whether they're opening packs or showing off individual cards. But still, however, that's way more than 10 channels. But somehow I was able to narrow it down to 10, and so here's my 10 votes for the YouTube Hall of Fame. 4-leaf cards. I recently discovered Eric's channel a few months ago. He's a Red Sox fan. He does a lot of TTMs on his channel. He rips different products, puts out a lot of great content. He's super generous, and if you don't know, he started putting together packages for kids with cancer. His program is called Cards for Kids with Cancer. He takes donations for unopened packs. I think he can take singles now as well. He just puts a ton of effort and time into it and shows what a generous person he is. He did a contest a while back where I think he chose 3 winners, but turns out everyone who entered ended up winning. So Eric, 4-leaf cards. And by the way, the list will be down below with links, and this list is in no particular order other than alphabetical, or, well, numerical starting off, I suppose. Back to the Cardboard. Shannon's channel, Back to the Cardboard, is always entertaining, very positive. He's a Reds fan, a Pete Rose fan. He's got wonderful vintage cards, but also shows modern as well. His knowledge and passion of the game shows in every video. He adds a lot of fun skits and edits to his videos. Not that his videos really need anything else, but it's always fun to see what Shannon will come up with next, especially when it comes to the trunk monkey. So back to the Cardboard. Classic cards. I can't imagine anyone not knowing about Eric from Classic Cards. He primarily opens a lot of unique and oddball sets on his channel. He opens a lot of 90s and 2000s products that are different, that you don't see every day. There's always something interesting to see in his videos. His editing skills are top notch. He's also a very positive member in the community. Also, the phrase cardmunity gets thrown around. I do believe it started with Eric. I could be wrong. I don't think he would admit to starting it anyhow. But he's always giving back to others. He's an Angels fan. I believe he collects David Fletcher. I think he likes him a little bit. Even though he spells Eric with a K, he's still a great guy with an amazing channel. So, Classic Cards. Elite Hunters. When it comes to entertaining, learning, fascinating collection, look no further than James of Elite Hunters. All of his videos are very well done. He's got a dynamic duo series that has top-notch editing, commentary, shows off his beautiful card collection. You would think you're actually watching a television show. It's that good. He's a Yankees fan, primarily vintage, but I mean he has everything. It's unbelievable, his collection. He's very active on other channels as well. He's always leaving comments, very supportive, and just a great guy. So James, Elite Hunters. Jason Aaron Goldberg. Jason has such a cool channel, and he not only opens a lot of different products, but he's always providing interesting knowledge about the cards and or players. He's a Yankees fan, mostly just a sports fan, the owner of the world's luckiest cup, but he's also a passionate collector. Greenberg, Jeter, so much more. He does a lot of openings, but he's never just opening cards. He's always got something to add to it other than just watching him open cards. The each video is full of shenanigans, unique with a positive vibe. It's always interesting to hear what Jason has to say and what his thoughts are on the cards that he's opening. Just another really great member of the card community and just a very generous person. So Jason Aaron Goldberg. Joey H44, don't call my wax junk. Joey is a Braves fan, but he's also a Tom Hinkie super collector. Joey obviously has a collection of J-Wax or Fun Wax era cards, but he's got quite the variety building up. You'll see more than just 80s and 90s on his channel. He recently started working on a 64 Topps Giant set. He's putting together a run of Sam Jethro cards and has a couple of very interesting videos on Sam Jethro. Even if you're more vintage or a modern person, there's still a lot to love about the 80s and 90s cards. They have great designs, and he shows a lot of that on his channel. There's just a lot to check out with Joey's channel. He gets his boy involved, which is awesome. A great member of the card community and very supportive of others. And I was totally joking about the Tom Hinkie super collector part, by the way. So Joey H44, don't call my wax junk. LouRock TV. One thing that's awesome about this hobby, or any hobby, is how it can involve kids and family. One of my favorite things, besides his cards, is watching the interaction between LouRock and his mini-me, aka Bob. LouRock has got a crazy good collection of all rookies, Yankees from modern to vintage, with Clemente being the star of his vintage PC. I've mentioned editing a few times, but wait until you see the special effects endings, especially with the mini-me videos. He's another super supportive guy who's always leaving comments and watching videos. I don't know how he possibly keeps up with everybody. You cannot find a video on YouTube that LouRock has not already watched and commented on. So LouRock TV. Ripping for Ripkens. Corey from Ripping for Ripkens he's obviously a Ripken and Orioles fan, but he doesn't limit himself to just that. Corey has a wide variety of PC guys. He builds sets. He builds master sets, gold sets, rainbow sets. He does PSA and PSA sets. Corey opens a lot of different products on his channel, everything from the 90s up to modern. When Corey opens wax, he's constantly naming out people that the cards are going to go to. I think he probably gives away more than he actually keeps for himself. He's more than generous. He's always giving back to others. Just another great member of the card community, Corey. So Ripping for Ripkens. Sean Teaford. Sean has got a lot of variety on his channel. His main focus is Jewish players. He's got an amazing Hank Greenberg collection, and then he, of course, also Sandy Koufax. He collects everything from, of course, cards to photographs, vintage to modern. He does pack rips. He shows off break results, but he's got a lot of different things on his channel. A ton of knowledge, and Sean is a super generous person. He's always giving back to the card community. So Sean Teaford. Last but certainly not least is Jason, aka Zombie Collector. If you've not heard about Jason, you've not been watching card videos on YouTube for very long. Who doesn't know Jason? He is a thorn in your side. Wait, no, that's not what he paid me to say. All right, here we go. Jason is super smart and handsome. His knowledge is as big. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Well, I just recently discovered Jason's channel, and honestly, he's one of the first channels I have to watch when there's new content. He's got some of the most interesting live talks, interviews on YouTube. Jason does TTM. He collects Japanese players. He's a movie collector, a Reds fan, a Yankees fan, Mattingly. It just goes on. He's one of the most down-to-earth and fun people I've ever connected with on YouTube. There's no BS with Jason. He tells you things straight up. Supportive doesn't even begin to describe him. He went back and watched every one of my videos and commented. Jason actually grew up in the same area as me, so that's probably another reason why he's so awesome. But Jason is a true collector and truly cares about the hobby. He cares about people. He is more than deserving to be in the hall. So, Jason, zombie collector. These are my 10 votes. I'd like to thank Mike for taking his time doing this. I know it has to be a lot of work and frustration, but I enjoy it as well as others. Found a lot of great channels last year, and I've already discovered some this year. For those of you I didn't vote for, well, try harder next year. That's a joke. Your channels are awesome, but you have to pay for a vote like Jason did. He gets it. In all seriousness, there are so many more channels that deserve to be in the hall, or at least deserve a vote. But I mean, making videos is a lot harder than you think until you do it. I hope, if nothing else, that the channels I mentioned get some recognition that they deserve, and at least a few people will discover a few more channels to enjoy. So take care, everybody, and thanks for watching.